top insight number two is that we need to find ways to get a bit more time affluence. We often think that wealth affluence, having lots of monetary affluence and lots of money, will be good for happiness. Turns out not so much. If you're over the poverty line, more money doesn't make you happier. But there is something you can get more of that will make you happier, and that's more time. Time affluence is the subjective sense that you have a lot of free time. It's the opposite of what many of us go through, which is what's known as time famine, where we're literally starving for time. And the research shows that time famine works a lot like hunger famine. Your body is in stress, your whole system is in triage mode. But what's worse, it really has a super negative effect on your well-being. One study shows that if you self-report being time famished, that's as bad a hit on your well-being as if you self-report being unemployed, right? We know unemployment is really bad for people's well-being. Time famine is just as bad. Problem is that, as we mentioned, a lot of us are in time famine, right? You're busy at work, you come home and you're busy, childcare, all these things kind of add up. What can you do to open up a subjective sense of free time, even if you can't objectively open up more free time for real? And the research gives us a few hints of what we can do to feel better. One is that we can feel a little bit more time affluent when we spend our money to get back a little bit more free time. Imagine maybe some of you recently have gotten takeout or, like curbside pickup. We tend not to frame a purchase like that as time saving, but it really is. If you went out and bought, some pad thai or, like a burger and fries, that's one burger and fries you didn't have to fry up. You didn't have to go to the grocery store and get it. You don't have to chop the potatoes. Often you don't have to clean up. You can put a temporal time amount on that amount of time you saved every time you do that. Each burger and fries could be like, well, I saved, 2.5 hours, right? What did you do with that 2.5 hours? Did you notice that you have a little bit more spare time, right? And that's takeout, but you can do this by hiring the neighbor to, mow the lawn. So many of us have at least a little bit of discretionary income, but we tend not to spend it to get back time. And research by Harvard Business School professor Ashley Willens shows that if you spend your money to get back more time, it can make you feel a little bit more time affluent, and that can have a great effect on your well-being. But my favorite strategy for becoming a little bit more time affluent is to make good use of what researchers call time confetti. So many of us have like little pieces of time floating around, that 5 minutes when the Zoom meeting ends or the 10 minutes when your kids go to bed early. We don't tend to use those little pieces of time for very much because we think they're little pieces. That's what researchers call time confetti. These, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, pieces of time here and there. And we don't use them well. But what if you used your time confetti well? What if you created, for example, a time confetti to-do list, where it wasn't a to-do list like check your email or get this thing off your list. It was a to-do list to support yourself. Maybe that's when you do a quick, 5 minutes of yoga or a quick meditation, or you do a rain practice. Like, what can you really do with those 5-10 minutes to really take care of yourself in a deep way? That's making good use of your time confetti. And in addition to getting a little bit of well-being in it, the research shows this will also make you feel a little less time famished. So that's top insight number 2. We need to pay attention to our time famine, and we need to take active steps to fix it.